What's up, guys? Back on part two, and Show and Barrett had a match, and they beat Sheamus and William Regal. The crowd just loved it because, I mean, for one, they got Barrett, then they got Sheamus, and then they got William Regal. It was just, they were ecstatic about this match, because Regal doesn't wrestle often, so it's a nice little change to see him show up a little bit. So yeah, Show and Barrett won the match. It was a pretty good match. Nice to see Regal in the ring. I just wish the match would have been a little longer. I mean, it was a decent amount of time. I just wish it would have been a little longer. We could have got a little more, with Regal in the ring and all. But other than that, it was a good match. So, did enjoy it. Orton beat Del Rio in the street fight that was way too friggin' long. When I say it was way too friggin' long, it was way too long. It was, I mean, I lost interest in it, like, after probably, like, the first 5 minutes. I mean, they made this match, like, 30 minutes long. And, I mean, a WWE street fight is really not that interesting. I mean, we're not seeing people, like, bleed and get beat down. Like, go back to TNA, what was that last pay-per-view they had? Was it Bound for Glory with Bobby Roode and James Storm in their street fight? That was a street fight. That was a really good street fight. That was just an amazing match. These two, for 30 minutes just kind of made people lost interest. So, yeah. Nothing truly spectacular out of it. Hopefully this feud between them two ends. Did I? Is that in the right place? Yeah. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to put the main event logo there. My bad, guys. So that threw me off for a second. So this is the main event. This was a really good match. It was Sheamus versus Barrett. Sheamus ended up winning the match, which is disappointing because Barrett put on a phenomenal match throughout the entire time. Big Show's at ringside, so I was kind of maybe expecting Big Show to, do something to cost Sheamus the match and give Barrett the victory. The crowd was insane for Barrett. You just heard chants for him throughout the entire match. They loved him. Overall, this was a really good match. Definitely. Again, disappointing to see Sheamus win because WWE just wants to keep burying guys. I don't know why. Barrett, Barrett should have won this match. They should have gave Barrett a clean victory over Sheamus and, set up for something in the future because this was Barrett put on a great match. Sheamus did a good match too. Yeah. Overall, it was a good match. But yeah, I would have rather seen Barrett win over Sheamus, but yeah, what happens happens. And then R-Truth beat Heath Slater via DQ. I'm trying to remember what happened. I can't remember if it was three-man band. I think they got involved and cost the match. I don't remember. Something like that. So yeah, and then I'm sorry guys, I'm slacking. I need to make a slide. Next week's match is it was, give me a second, Hell No versus Rhodes Scholars for the WWE Tag Team Championships. So yeah, it was a good match, definitely that match. So yeah, I'll talk about that one next week in wrestling. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that they've still been using main event well. They still put on good matches. It's definitely not what Superstars is. This was a great match. This was, I don't know where this came from. It was an alright match, and next week's match, which is already passed, but for the tag team championships between Hell No and Rhodes Scholars, that'll definitely be something good to see. Moving on to Impact. This was actually the last show of the week. Guys, I think I mentioned it in the last video. Yeah, that I stopped showing Saturday Morning Slam on here because I really haven't even watched it in the past couple of weeks, and to be honest, nothing that happens on that show really matters. But yeah, moving right along. Bobby Roode beat AJ. This was definitely a good match. But it was a good match. It was just kind of a setup for their match going into for Turning Point, where the winner would get a number one contender, become the number one contender, and the loser, whoever get pinned, wouldn't get a match till Bound for Glory next year. Parks came out and said that he wanted a match against one of the guys from Aces and Eights at Turning Point. And first Hogan came out and was like, "No, we can't let you get hurt." And Bully Ray comes out and says, "Give him a match. He's determined. He wants it." So it's going to end up being Parks versus Luke Gallows, Director of Chaos at Turning Point. And ODB beat Tara and Jesse in a handicap match. Just more build up for their match against each other at Turning Points, where Eric Young will be. Christian York got a contract. He's a gut check guy. I think this was the first time that 2 judges in a row said yes. So yeah, they apparently really wanted this guy. So he was definitely really good. So see what kind of impact he makes in TNA. Magnus and Daniels and Kazarian beat Joe and Chavo and Hernandez. I always hate 6-man tag matches. I will always hate 6-man tag matches. I think they're so stupid. They're not really entertaining, and I really don't see the point of them half the time. It's just kind of laziness. Instead of having individual matches, we're just going to cluster everyone to this 6-person match. That's going to be kind of dull. So yeah, but yeah, they ended up taking the victory. And then Aries came out. Hogan told him he had to give the belt back to Jeff if he wanted to compete in his match at Turning Points. So Aries came out and just kind of ran it for a little while. And I forget what happened. Oh yeah, that's right. He got the belt. Jeff came out and he got the belt back from Aries, and he did something, knocked Aries out of the ring, and Jeff pulled out a ladder and climbed to the top and hung up both of his belts next to each other, and then Aries came and knocked him over off the ladder. And so yeah, so definitely a good build up leading into Turning Points for that match. I believe that's all my slides. This has been A Week in Wrestling, guys. I should have everything that I promised up today, and A Week of Wrestling should be up sometime early next week. Thanks for watching, guys.